Okay, welcome back, guys. Okay, all right. In the last video, we really talked about classes. And please, if you don't understand yet, just drop in the comment section and let me know. I'm ready to help you. Okay, so like I mentioned the other time, classes are a way of the programming language giving you an opportunity to create your own data types. All right, so that is it. And classes are the fundamentals of object-oriented programming. So basically, classes are a way of you combining properties and functions, okay? Just like in this user class now, we have these properties, first name, last name, okay? And this is a constructor. We'll talk about constructor in details later, okay? But like I'm saying, classes are a way of you combining properties and methods, okay? Now, you use classes to build related data, all right? You use classes to build related data. So what do you do? Now, a user can have functions. When we are still using the example of the ATM machine, and the properties of a user in this ATM machine can be the first name, their PIN, maybe their account balance, okay, stuff like that, okay? But this user can also perform some functions, right? Now, when we talk about functions inside of a class, we call them methods, okay? Remember, we have discussed functions, but whenever you have a function inside of a class, we call them methods. So a user can have a transfer, can perform a transfer, and the return type would be bool. Now the bool would be like, was the transfer successful or not? Okay, all right. So we can return whether true or false, but let's just return true. Okay, so let's return true. Now the user can make transfer, right? The user can withdraw, okay? The user can also withdraw, and we would also use this bool to give maybe a status of whether it was successful or not, okay? So we can also return true or false. So, but let's just do true, okay? Now, these are functions, all right? And these ones here are properties, or you can call them fields, okay? You can call them fields. You can call them properties. Okay, you can call them fields, or you can call them properties. Okay, all right. So, and these are constructors. You can have more than one constructor here. Okay, so now this is what your program looks like. Now I want to throw more light on this. Okay, you can see that we are using this class blueprint. All right, we are using it to compose or put together related data. A user of this our application would have properties. They would also have functions that they are going to perform. A user can do transfer, a user can withdraw, a user can deposit. Okay, the list can go on and on. All right, so this is what it is. All right, classes are a way of you composing or putting together related data. Okay, I don't know how best I can explain again, but I believe this will suffice. Okay, now when we go on to do more of these classes, you're going to see more. And anything you do not understand right now, please just be patient. While we go on, you will understand. For me, one thing I have learned is that if I'm learning something new and I find it difficult to grab it, I just continue with it. Maybe I'll come back to it later. And it has helped me to learn very fast. And I don't get frustrated if I don't understand something. Okay, so while we are going on this program, you are going to understand better. Okay, so these are basics for classes. Now, before we leave this particular video, I want to point out that when we talk about primitive data, we have primitive data like the int, the string, okay? We have primitive data like the double, all right? Now, for other programming languages, in case you're coming from other programming languages, these data types are very primitive. But when you come to that, every primitive data is a class. And classes, like I said, will have properties and methods, right? Now, let us check out the ints. Let us check out the int, the double, and see what they actually have. All right. Now, when you, like other programming languages, something like 5 is a primitive data type. It's a primitive value. But when you talk of something like this in that, it is a class. Everything in that programming language are objects. They are classes on their own. So how do I know, how do I confirm if a primitive value like this is is an object or is a class? What do I do? When I type 5, just type dot. When you type dot, you can now see properties. Anything like this spanner something, anything that looks like this spanner symbol is a property. And the int, this is the name, this is the return type, this is the name, this is the return type. So now, these other ones that have a different look, that have parentheses, they are functions, they are methods of this particular class. So you can see that these things, they are primitive data types in that programming language are all classes. So I can do anything from here, literally. I can use this as a class, literally, without even creating an integer object. I can just use it right away. So if I want to check if this 5 is an even number or an odd number, I can just do that. So let's try it. Let me print. Let's say 5 dot is even. All right. If I run this now, of course, 5 is not even, it will return false. Okay, you can see. All right. You see, it returned false. If I say is odd, of course, it will return true because it is odd. Do you understand? Okay, so this is it. This is a point I want to make here before we go into more details of classes. I believe you understand what I have said so far. If you don't, please drop your comments in the comment section. If you understand, share your experience with us. All right. Like the video if you like what I'm doing. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet. All right. This is what will actually give me the motivation to continue with this, because if you guys are not liking the video, that means I'm not doing well. All right. If you guys are not sharing your experience, that means I'm not doing well. There is no need for me to continue. So, but if you think I'm doing well, if you think you understand what I'm teaching, drop your comment section, share your experience in the comment section, like the video, share so that other people would also see. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you in the next class.